Good evening, all. This is Raghav here. Now, this is something a new attempt from me to capture the uh, breakout stocks beforehand and bring it to you. And if these stocks are within your bucket list for tomorrow or next week, you can watch out these stocks and trade accordingly. So in pivots, we keep it very simple. So the stocks which you're seeing on the screens are nothing but these stocks have narrow CPR for tomorrow. So what exactly you mean by narrow CPR? Narrow CPR is nothing but, I'll show you, whenever a CPR is the CPR width is very narrow, that is when we call it as a narrow CPR. Why do we call it a narrow CPR? Just give me a minute. Why this is not coming? IPCA LAB ID. Okay. My C is not working. That's the reason. Let's go to NAC. Okay, this is the CPR. Now you can see this one, IPCA Laboratories, has formed a narrow CPR. So we had a narrow CPR day before yesterday. So if you see on a narrow CPR day, you can expect the explosive moves. It was a continuation of the previous day range, but still we had a narrow CPR. Now we have a wide CPR, so it was in a range bound. So basically it is telling that tomorrow, because of this range bound, we have a narrow CPR. See, this is the narrow CPR. Now suppose if this stock is in your list, right? If this stock is in your list, you have to watch out where the price opens. Is it opening above R1 or below S1? Why this is important? Because it's on a narrow CPR day, agreed here price broke out and it faced resistance near weekly high and then came down. So you have to mark all these pivots, the important pivots on your chart, and then just keenly watch, okay, we have a narrow CPR, so there might be an anticipation for a breakout trade. Whether it breaks upside or downside, we don't know. Based on the trend, it looks like it's in an uptrend, it might break out upside. So if it breaks R1, yes, you can anticipate R2, R3, R4 to be hit. That is a way you need to trade. So basically, the narrow CPR will be formed after a range bound day, because on the range bound day, after the sharp up move, market went sideways for most of the day on Tuesday, and on Wednesday it went up, came down, went up, came down. So market is still undecided whether the stock needs to go up or go down. So suppose if it needs to go down, it has to open below previous day low. This is the previous day low. Sorry, this one. That is 2183. If it opens below previous day low and S1, target next pivot, S2. If it opens above R1, target R2 pivot. So this is how you need to trade. So because of this sideways movement, market has formed a narrow CPR. The CPR width is low. On these narrow CPR days, if market makes a decision, then price will move above R1, above S1, and you can just shadow the price and make money. That is the logic of trading narrow CPR stocks. We have Granules India. We have a good volume in Granules India. Let's see how Granules India CPR is there. Granules India. I will just show only tomorrow CPR. Okay, this is tomorrow CPR. We have a very narrow CPR today after the initial strong up move. So market came down. All right, market just came down. I'm going to just keep R1 and S1 so that we can watch clearly. So this is somewhere market went up and in between there's no trend. So this is a little bit what do you call, we have a very wide range. Even if it opens above R1, I am not sure whether it can go to R2, R3, R4 or below S1 it can go, because the gap between the R1 and tomorrow's CPR is pretty big. But If the price itself gaps up and opens above R1 or gaps down, open below S1, please do. It's a range breakout. Not only today's, previous days as well. So you can anticipate great moves here. Lupin. Lupin is, let's see Lupin. It's an interesting stock. Again, guys, this is all expiry view. You can watch it trade intraday view only. It's not for swing trading or positional trading. And basically the videos are kind of knowledge sharing on the narrow CPR. Yes, we do have a very tight CPR for tomorrow. So you can, for last 3-4 days, market came down, a kind of following Nifty, I believe. Market is up, but still it is not in one direction. Every up move is getting sold. So some kind of weakness is existing here. So simple, above R1, below S1. So like this, you have to watch out the trades. I'm sharing the screen. So you can just pause the screen and make a note of it. This is how you trade what do you call stocks. So we have Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited. Okay, we had a very good volume here. Okay, how does this look? So one of the key evidence is this. Similar to Bank Nifty, if you see back-to-back range days, then I mean, I would be interested in this one. Out of all the stocks which we viewed, probably this stock might give a good moves above R1 or below S1 because last 2 days it is very quiet. So the buyers and sellers or the market participants in general are indecisive. They don't know which direction to take the place. So I would watch out very curiously from a neutral point of view. If it breaks S1, I'll go short. If it breaks R1, I'll go up. What will be my stop loss? Below R1 or above S1? Simple. Persistent systems. Okay, you can watch Adani Ports. Even Adani Ports had good volumes. Let's see how it had. How the setup is. I'm sorry. Let's see how the setup is for Adani Ports. Yeah, this one also has a very good setup. Sideway market, above R1, below S1. Watch out and trade. You can also watch Hero Motorcorp, Naveen, Aarti Industries. Some people would be interested how Aarti Industries would perform. Just watch Aarti Industries. Now, is this so simple? Yes. If you follow pivots, this is all you need to watch out. You don't need any other analysis here. Watch out. It's in sideways for last 3 days. What if tomorrow it breaks above R1 or above below S1? Then you can anticipate a range breakout. See, this is how quiet this is going on. Oh, Aarti Industries is quiet for last several days. So last 3 days is very quiet. If R1 above breakout, it will give a very sharp move. Below S1, it will give a very sharp move. Similarly, you have Berger Paints. If you want to follow Berger Paints. So this is the last one. I don't want to bore you guys. But what I want to show here is when you keep it simple, I will watch how the previous day performed. Okay, this is Berger Paints. Yes, sideways, sideways, sideways. Berger Paints is sideways. But continuously it is kind of forming, except here. What do you see? Ascending CPRs. Market is quiet, market is quiet. Ascending CPR means slowly people are taking the price. This is where Berger Paints came down sharply on 27th October. I don't want to go beyond that. Yes, this is where it tried to break previous sell area and came down. Now, Berger Paints is above the previous day sell area. See here, this is the previous day selling area. I mean, previous selling area, this red line. Now here, see how many times it faced resistance. After breaking, today it has tested this, forming a double bottom. So tomorrow, we have an ascending CPR and a narrow CPR if Berger Paint sustains above R1 or below S1. Below S1, So you have quite a big range. You have a lot of support here, but above R1, since it's ascending CPR, we need to anticipate price to move up. If it breaks above R1, you have a great trading day. Wish you all good luck. This is the stocks I'm once again sharing here. These are the stocks. There's quite a lot of stocks here. You can pause it, watch this, and if it is in your bucket list, you can watch out tomorrow and see how the pivots plays out and how simple it is to trade using pivots. Thank you, guys. Please do comment and pass your constructive criticism as well. Thank you.